signs of Cancer. This is Kim. Here's to do your next 3-day outlook. I hope you guys are doing good today. I'm going to use the Druid Craft Tarot deck. You know what? I probably need to make space because these cards are big. Anyway, this is my second attempt at your reading. I actually did a whole reading and then deleted it. Not really sure why. It was something about the energy, but I can tell you what the general overall message in your reading from the energy I picked up this morning was about you stepping into a new role of some sort. Yeah, you know, it was about you had, yeah, the Gnosis card came out, the wearing a different mask, or essentially playing a different role was coming out. So, like I said, I don't think it was your energy. I think it was my energy that was slightly off. So I didn't continue it. But anyways, we're going to do a whole new one. So day 1, day 2, and day 3. If you would like a private reading, the information's in the description box. You shouldn't have any problem. The full on the bottom of the deck. That makes sense. A new beginning. Oh, you can't even see that. Sorry. You see that? The Fool. A new beginning. A new journey. That first step, you know, into a new journey. Let's see. Let's get 2 from the 108 Oracle also. And then we're going to get started with an Oracle card from Kim Krans Wild Unknown archetype deck. Bottom of the deck is the Sap card, which says resources, needed materials, wealth in the flow state, physical health, and vitality. Whoa. Okay, let's see. For Cancer, next 3-day reading, what do you have? Keeping up with these energies. That's a lot. The Creator on the bottom. So anything is possible at this time in regards to what you can create. What do I have? I have a lot. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. So this was in the first reading. This was one of the first cards that came out in the first reading. And this is where I got from the book mainly that it was talking about not necessarily a mask of someone you're not, but about expressing someone new or a new part of yourself, expressing a new identity in a sense, and playing a new role. So that's interesting. The father, or kind of like the Emperor energy here, which is interesting because that side of the tree is dark, and so is the side of that mask. I don't know if there's any issues going on here with like a father, or with your own father, or the father card in the deck and the guidebook it talks about the light and the dark aspects, and it also talks about the release of the father from helping the child. So I don't have something strange. I'm picking up something strange with that because of that dark side of the mask, like father issues. Okay, I have the Temple. So weird. I mean, like Masonic. There might be some sort of way that your father lived that is totally different than how you are. I know this is off of topic of the cards, but There's something weird, really weird and ritualistic coming through that's also giving a shadow vibe from this father archetype. And I'm just going to go with what I'm actually picking up here. Let me look in the guidebook for the temple. Yeah, the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. Reverence for all. It says, what do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, or material goods? Perhaps there's room on your altar for something new. So, I wouldn't say that would be for all of you, but I think for a majority, there is this feeling of dissonance from how your father was, your actual father, and then like what they valued or how they saw things. And there is a good chance that you may have stepped in that role of what you were taught for a very long time and are now kind of like analyzing it or going over it. Because then we have the mentor. A really pretty card. I wasn't meaning to get that many, but the sage, the guru. It's enlightenment when cosmic knowledge reaches you. It feels like you have encountered somebody or some sort of teaching that has made you question something about how you were raised or what you were taught to value. And there's something about that type of programming as being now exposed as maybe a shadow aspect of ourselves. This reading is really going somewhere I didn't think that it would. I was about to say I'd like to make it light. I like the reading to be a little bit more light, and here it is, because the comic is able to see humor in situations. But yeah, there's something just weird that I'm picking up with that energy. So the comic is it's the Joker. It's the wonderful energy that can find humor even in the darkest of times. Let's go on to your days. So that could be a whole separate reading, I think. The Four of Pentacles and Justice. Four of Pentacles and Justice. So I'm picking up like ethics and principles and maybe even politics with this Justice card. And then the Four of Pentacles is like when you're actually building something. Let's see what's clarifying it. Symphony, to co-create, harmony, synergy. And then your own energy here, Cancer, with the telephone, connection, communication, conversation, getting through a two-way street. Justice is about our truth, ultimately, about scales feeling balanced in our life, and it can have to do with our relationships, our partnerships, the people that we are deciding to come together with, the people that we are deciding to co-create and build with. And there's something very different to how you were raised. I mean, like very different from how you were raised. Okay, I'm going to clarify. I want to get through the cards first, and then I will clarify it. Nine of Pentacles for day 2, and the Seven of Pentacles. Very likely, and the emptiness. Yeah, okay. So you have one card that is indicating a big financial gain or a windfall of resources available to you. And sometimes it's a winning or inheritance, or just a big amount, a lump sum of money. A lot of times this is going to be from our own efforts and the focus that we have held rewarding us with this financial outcome. And it's also paired with the Seven of Pentacles, which means like not looking at the whole harvest, but still investing, still making long-term choices, decisions. It can be that there is some sort of bigger amount of money that is going to be given to you that will allow you to invest and carry out like well thought out plans for your future, like long-term planning here, because there's still patience that's needed for what you're wanting to have. The next level would be the Ten of Pentacles, right? So I feel like it's planning towards that. And I have the very likely card. At this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. The 8 with the empty nest, well, actually one of my favorite cards, because it's something is wrapped up. There's an ending, there's a new beginning, there's a cycle completion, and it also says a new life and graduating. And it could be that some of you all are really separating energetically from something that was tied to the father archetype in your family. Like you creating something new, taking maybe the good, but addressing those shadow aspects. I'm just really, and it's all because of this mentor energy. It's all because of this new insight that you're getting of, okay, maybe I should question that. You know what I mean? That's the energy I'm feeling, is maybe I should have questioned that, or I should now question something. So, and I think that this reward for your effort is something they're saying that is very likely to occur here. At this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. I think we should clarify with the Lenormand and Kipper decks instead of tarot, actually. I think it might help a little bit more. I have the Wheel, I have the Five of Pentacles. So there's still worry, but it's combined with maybe a worry being attached to, this is living in different energy, this is living in different times. Okay, what you're about to embark in is completely new. There can be a worry about finances. That might be why there's this feeling of, I need to save, I need to invest, such as the Four of Pentacles also would say, like, if I've got something to build, then I'm going to keep things to myself in order to build it. But we'll get more, but generally the Five of Pentacles is about worry or wondering if you're going to have enough, right? But because it's actually very positive with the Wheel being tied to it, because I think that there's more of a concern about something is going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced before. There's no way to, it's almost like there's not going to be an easy way to plan for this type of energy. I have the White Rabbit with the Spark of Curiosity, Gnosis. You're knowing, a spiritual awakening, heeding the call. And that's so interesting here, Cancer, because I just get a feeling like you're really being called to step outside of the box of which you were raised, of how you were raised. Is what I'm picking up on, because heed the call and heed the call. One on the cross card, which is talking about the sacrifice for the greater good, right? And also, it would be purpose for the altar. Spiritually, what you're praying to, purpose for your altar. purpose driven. So there's, yeah, they're saying clash of ideas, because some sort of new way of thinking or new thinking here. Let me see. It's a rather different reading. Both of those say it's like it's an awakening for you to heed the call. If you felt you were in lack in any way, was it not due to money perhaps? Was it more of a feeling of like, you know, when Jesus said at the well, there was a lady that came up to him at the well. He said, if you drink from this cup, you will never thirst again. He's talking about being spiritually full, right? And being spiritually satisfied in life. And I'm getting that feeling more so with this card than I am an actual concern, tangible concern. We have a lot of pentacles here. So what I want to know about is why is the truth or justice here first? Let's look at this justice energy. Because you're releasing the old you and you have found the key. Number 33. See, another tie, like I'm getting a reference to almost like secret society or some type of wisdom or knowledge. But the solution has to do with releasing the old version of ourselves. And it's about finding your truth then. That's what that is about. And that's the key. That's the answer. Interesting. The key in what you're building, in what you keep sacred and to yourself. So he's turning the key. This box is just it's like only that person knows what's in that box, you know. It feels like something sacred that you're building, but it's just for you. And then Siren 1, I associate that card with the old version, an old version of ourselves. Really, it can be upright. I don't necessarily take all of these in reverse, but it makes sense. Tell me about what are we creating? What are we creating? That's interesting. Colors. I have the parlor. So we're creating sacred space for just ourselves. The parlor card is about having a sacred place where you can go be with just yourself, get away from everyone else. And it looks like time spent, you know, contemplation, relaxing, and just being with oneself. Tell me about this investment here. Oh, tell me about the investment, and they're giving me wealth, and I have change. So I also have brief illness on the bottom, which is when we're going through what we feel like is an unlucky period in our life or an unhealthy situation for us. It can be that the finances, the health of our finances were not the best. And so this change is usually moving you towards more wealth, more resources. Might be talking about actual change or move that you may be planning on. But I think there is a big move here that's going to be a wise investment for you in the physical. But I'm going to say that all of this has actually changed because there's something about you tapping in to that wealth that's inside of you first and finding it. And then it's like you found the true wealth, you know. So it was able is able to manifest a little bit more easily, or has even more meaning, I can say. Yeah, it has even more meaning. Why do I have worry? Oh, I feel like I know the answer to that, but I'm going to go ahead and get this because something came to me just that moment. Okay, I'm just going to say it. There's a feeling that I'm getting off of this card of, because of this shadow aspect of, like, if these people are still living, if these are people that you love, you give reverence to, you respect them, but there's something that's different about what you choose to fill your cup up with, or your values. There's something that is differing right now, maybe at this specific point in your life, and there is a feeling of isolation due to that, about how you're viewing something, and then feeling kind of like no one understands you. You have the bear, I love that, and I have the journey and the child. The child card is usually a sign here of a new manifestation, something new coming to life for ourselves. It's brand new. So yeah, it's brand new, and there's this journey here. Also, I can tell you that the bear, it can represent having a benefactor or somebody. This can be you, though, because of this heeding the call. It's a person who wants to give to others. It's someone who does really well for themselves, but then they want to see the success in others, so they give people a hand out or a help up. And the Odyssey is like, well, just get ready, because this journey is going to take you somewhere. It's going to take you to a crossroads. It's going to take you to a major crossroads where you have some sort of new decision to make. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? But they're saying here, your faith is your anchor. So anchor in your faith, because the hope is also a card that says there's a physical manifestation coming into view, something that you have hoped for a while, something that you have longed for. It's kind of like that star card energy. So that's what I've got. I just want to make it short, but man, Cancer, I probably could go further with that reading. That seemed like a lot. This is similar to the Seven of Pentacles here, because you're investing wisely your choices, your decisions, your actions. You're weighing out everything, and you have a lot of discipline and effort, and it's going to pay off. So 31 says, I am disciplined. It's that healthy mix between logical and also being creative, and then here we go with you're the rock, you're number 4, your builder energy. Yeah. You bring stability and rationality to any situation. And then I have 23, which also talks about you having a craving for some sort of adventure in life and excitement. So I am adventurous. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you. I'm sending you love and light. Thanks for joining me. If you like the video, give it a like, please, and subscribe. Come back. Bye.